Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein?
Jeffrey Epstein is expected to appear in federal court.
There's no way you are able to commit suicide.
And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein. It just seems like a desecration, but you go ahead.
Jeffrey Epstein is a name that needs little to no introduction. I'm sure you are all well informed of the countless theories and actions surrounding him and his clientele. But today, we are not going to be talking about that. Instead, we will be taking a look at what he had, or what he has left. A person's home is their castle, and the best way for us to interpret the individual we're dealing with is to look at his castle. Quite comparable to a castle or fortress, Epstein had his own island. Little St. James was acquired by Epstein in 1998 for about $8 million. This island has countless different structures across it, like guest homes, Epstein's mansion, a cinema, and even a temple-like structure. However, this is not everything that is on the island, and there are various other structures to accommodate him and his guests. The main point of interest for many individuals is that of Epstein's temple-like structure. A building that is roughly 30 feet tall, rectangular or square in its structure, blue and white striped, and even adorned with a gold dome-like top to the building. I'm going to be referring to this building as just the temple from here on out. Typically, individuals do not own temple-like structures, so this is something that has been bizarre to many. So what was this temple supposed to be? Did it hold religious significance to Epstein? No, well, according to NBC News, they have the plans for what the temple was supposed to be originally. This structure was said to be half the size in height, roughly 10 feet in tall, and 3,500 square feet, and was said to be a music pavilion. Patrick Barron's personal narrative does align with these blueprints that were originally released in 2010, as he is a piano turner and claimed to have visited the temple twice to adjust the piano. One thing he does mention that I haven't pointed out is that there are two gargoyles on the roof near the dome. So I think it's important to mention, what are these statues? When I was researching what type of statues were adorned on this temple, it honestly was difficult for me to say, as it seems to have changed over time, originally starting with a Poseidon statue that was believed to have been removed by Hurricane Maria in 2017. And let me add, for a sense of time frame, the building was constructed in 2009 to 2013, which means Poseidon was on the roof during this time. Poseidon and other Greek mythological characters have a lot of symbolism, as the time period has been idolized by many, leading to Greek mythological representation having alternate meanings over time. It's hard for me to pinpoint what Poseidon's meaning is, of course, besides from him being near the ocean and the god of the sea. But if I'm being completely honest, the statue of Poseidon makes me doubt any religious significance, and is more of a nod to the power symbolizing of Poseidon as a godly figure. I am aware it is a popular point of conversation that this is a ritualistic or sacrificial temple, and holds special rituals relating to Epstein.
I want to be a stand-up comedian. Even when Hillary Clinton was slicing the throats of children, I said, I just want to make people laugh. My owner is dead-ish.
Now, something I'm going to discuss is the avian statues atop of the temple. I am not aware if Poseidon was adorned with these at the same time, but I cannot find 3 statues on the roof at once. I believe it was Poseidon, then these avian-like statues. Now, I think it's important to mention, for the rest of Epstein's free life, avian statues were adorned on the roof. One search of the Canaanite ancient religion will showcase 2 birds and a bird-like figure. Now, Epstein himself is Jewish, so this is likely homage to his Canaanite heritage, which is the group Jews and Arabs have descended from. In my opinion, it is these figures that could likely align with his personal views more, as religion and culture often correlate heavily for some individuals. Tying an individual back to their roots may make them feel more connected to their traditions. However, this is simply just my speculation, of course. I think it's important to note, some individuals believe that the temple is a child sacrifice location according to the Canaanite deity Moloch. which may just be the act of child sacrifice instead of a deity. I'm speaking historically, of course, but no one really knows. However, I doubt this temple is tied into child sacrifice, as Poseidon has no such sacrificial cults to our knowledge. And if Epstein is truly following sacrificial rituals, I'm sure he would do it correctly, right? Now, what else do we know about the building? A popular point is that Hammam Yalbuga, a Mamluk-era bathhouse, has many similarities. The domed roof, pattern, shape and size, these are all similar. Despite the statues not being there and color difference, these buildings are extremely similar. Now, it is important to note that these are extremely important for Islamic teachings on cleanliness, as this is a bathhouse. Ultimately, this building was typically used as a relaxing and gathering place for men. I also want to mention that the Mamluks were a class of slave soldiers consisting of Turkic origin and were influential between the years 1250 and 1517 in what is now modern-day Egypt and Syria. I honestly don't even know, as this isn't even a bathhouse for Epstein, and a room for a piano. It's most likely, though, that these are just symbolic of his own interests from different cultures that have accumulated into one temple-like structure. Honestly, it's most likely that this only serves significance in his own mind, but maybe I'm just not looking deep enough yet. I do know many people will say I'm glossing over this. Now, this bathhouse is close to another historic location. The Citadel of Aleppo is considered to be one of the oldest, largest castles, so one can assume it has great cultural significance. The citadel has been occupied by many groups over time, even including the Mamluks. Now, this temple is said to be dedicated to Hadad or Adad, which is the Canaanite storm god, who is the rival to the Israelite god Yahweh, which I'm sure needs no introduction. Also, it is important to note, Adad or Hadad is referred to as Baal, and I'm aware Baal is a title that means Lord, and many gods have that title reserved. But Baal is most commonly associated with Hadad and the fortress of Aleppo. Now, how do Baal followers worship him? Through temple prostitution and even child sacrifice, particularly the firstborn. It is said that those who still worship him do so through chasing sensuality and pleasure, which we all know Epstein was no foreigner to that. Let me know what you guys think about this symbolism surrounding Epstein and if he was a Baal worshipper. Honestly, I don't know. I was kind of leaning away at first, and then I fell right back into it again. So let me know what you guys think down below. I hope you enjoyed, and please check out my other videos. Peace.